Hey there, everyone. My name's Andrew. Welcome to Getting the Starships live stream. We have Ken here producing tonight. Say hi, Ken.
Hello, everyone.
Hope everyone's doing well tonight. Let's see who is here.
We have Stephen Haynes. He says, hi, Andrew.
Welcome.
We have Ricardo.
Welcome.
We have Trent and Jody. And they're all saying hi.
Oh, great. Well, welcome, everybody. I'm here with my tea Earl Grey hot. I also have my fizzy water, and I've got some coffee left over from earlier, and I've got some regular water in this HTM mug, so I should be well hydrated for the stream. Should be.
I just want to say, when I was watching the countdown there coming in, all I could start thinking about was the Klingons on the refit bridge of the Enterprise. And the only thing making a noise is the computer. What's it saying? 5, 4. And he's like, get out of there. Ken's here from Ken's Model Shop.
Welcome. I was putting my wireless camera up top during the countdown, and it switched from being horizontal to vertical on me as I was putting it up there, and then it just wouldn't switch. I'm like, oh, time to go. Got to put that aside. Deal with it later. All right, so tonight we are going to be looking at looking at this thing over here. And as per usual, you can see that there's a bit more work done since last live stream as far as the Aztecs going down. The main Aztec panels are those pie-shaped pieces are down, and a bunch of the refinement work has been done on them. You'll see that there's some bits of yellow tape. What you don't see is a lot of the subtraction that happened on the bottom, because there was some overlap on the bottom Aztecs, more spaces on the top Aztecs, more overlap on the bottom. So that was just taking my smallest straight edge, metal straight edge, and going down those panel lines, because you can see, I just need a pointer of some sort here. Where's the one that I was looking at? This one right here. You can see how this line between the Aztecs follows through all the way to the top. So I would just line it up, the ones that were overlapping, line up this metal straight edge and line it up with the one I knew was correct, and then chopped off the one that was overlapping and just peeled the excess off. So we've got those pretty good. What we need to do tonight is move on to the center section here. I did have a little bit of a boo-boo, which I've been working on fixing, and I think I've got it pretty much repaired. This piece here, which is now slightly broken, but that's fine. It will just be glued back together when we install it. It was installed a little bit too far forward, and there wasn't enough space for the Aztecs. So I'm going to lay the Aztec masks down, and then I'm going to reinstall this one. I had to pop it off and then clean up all the glue on the surface. So I think I've pretty much got it restored, and that's kind of been what's holding up the work this week in getting this refinished because of the glue. The adhesive that was kind of messing it up, but I've got to say on camera there you can't even see where the glue was, so I think it's turned out.
No, we can't at all.
Yeah. Don't worry, Tony, I'm not planning on spilling any of these beverages. Yes. They are too vital, too important. You don't spill the coffee
or the tea,
that's right. I do have the you can see here, there's tape all around the edge. So the edge has been taped off. The Aztec pieces on the very edge, like on the saucer rim, some of them are just popping up a little bit here. That's fine. I'll just press them down before painting, and they'll be fine. But I take pieces of tape and I put them on the panels, and I wrap them around the saucer that holds them down in place, and then I cover the sensor band and the top saucer with a strip of the yellow tape there to protect the areas we don't want the paint to go on. So that work's been done. So we're going to try to get the center Aztecs on, and then we will prep everything else that we need masked off for painting. So we'll mask off the impulse decks. We'll mask off the neck here because we don't want to get the paint on the neck yet. Shouldn't have to do too much because we shouldn't have too much overspray with the brush. But I'd rather mask off more than necessary and not have to clean it up later.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. So that's what we're working on tonight. So far, we've got 10 people joining us. That's awesome. I got a notification on my watch, so I just have to check something real quick here.
Jeff's here. He says hello.
Welcome. Oh, one of my Facebook notifications actually went through fine.
And Steve Martin is here. Stephen Martin's here. Matthew Watson has showed up.
Welcome. All right. Just before I forget, so let's see. Let's just pop back to face cam here. So programming notes for live streams. We should have live stream next week. However, we will not have live stream the week after that. So the 14th, we should have live stream. But the 21st, we will not have live stream. I've got some pre-existing commitments for that evening. So we will have next week, but we will be off the week after. But I'm sure that Jody won't have any problems filling that time. I'm sure he would just probably continue with his live stream instead of breaking up into two. So I'm sure that you will have some model content to watch that night. Hey, I can't speak for Jody, but I'm sure that there won't be any lack of modeling content for that evening. Yeah, is there anything else before we start getting to the work? Just
I don't think so.
All right. Yeah, I'm kind of excited. I've got a VOC rated air filtration unit coming in.
Nice.
Tomorrow. A volatile organic compounds, VOC, that's it. So because this time of year, it's a pain if I have to paint with anything that's not the acrylics, because I can't open up the big doors. I don't have big extraction fans in here or a paint booth or anything like that. So during the summertime, I just open up the big main doors when I'm doing the paint, or I take it right out the main doors and do it outside. But this time of year, especially since we're going into the coldest night of the year tonight, I think there's places in Ontario going down to -40 or something like that. We're not quite that bad. We're going to be down to about -25 tonight. But which reminds me, did I plug in the car? I can't remember if I did or not.
Ken says he's still working on his Klingon battle cruiser, masking and working on the seams.
Awesome.
Good to hear.
Yeah. So I'm going to have a air purifier in the shop. So like I had to do some shots of the base coat on this when I was repairing it. So not a big job, but it's the spray can, right? It's that Rust-Oleum stuff, and it stinks.
It does.
It stinks, and I'm just doing a quick shot of it. Like I'm just fixing an area, but it keeps me out of the shop for a while. and I have to keep the door closed because I don't want it going all through the house. So I'm looking forward to being able to turn that on, and it should work through all of the air in the small space here pretty quickly, and clean all that out. So I'm looking forward to having that in the shop. So I think it's been something that I've should have probably gotten a long time ago. At some point in the future, I'm sure I will upgrade and have a full extraction paint booth in the shop, but that's not today. So this should work for the time being. Still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, sorry, it went quiet.
I was just about to say, other than Ken working on his Klingon battle cruiser, who else is working on something on their bench tonight? I'm wondering if Steve's still working to fix the lighting in his, or redoing his Defiant, wasn't he? Because his lights got destroyed. So I'm wondering if you're still working on that.
Yeah, I remember something about that.
Yeah, so I think he's just doing another build.
Oh, okay. So not fixing it, just doing a new.
That's what I think, but Stephen will
I'm sure he'll let us know. Fill us in. Remind us what's going on.
That's right.
I'm just opening up the live stream control panel here, so I've got access to it. All right. So, and as per what we've been doing the last little while, I will probably be doing some content creation on the go as well. So, which reminds me, the last clip that I did, let's check that. I think it was, I don't think there was anything on the saucer. Maybe there was, but I'm going to check because I don't want to forget to put something, to get an important clip. But don't worry, you'll come along for the journey here.
Jeff says he's sorting the parts for his Gambwadi 1700 scale Enterprise B before going back to work, row lighting RMS Titanic. And Stephen confirms, yep, rebuild the My Defiant class ship, post some pictures in Discord.
Because I think he's rebuilding it as the 1000 scale, if I remember.
Oh, okay.
I might be wrong on that, but that's what I seem to remember. I could be completely wrong.
And Howard is here tonight. He says he's working on the GT and Endurance wooden car.
Welcome, Howard.
It's the one he jump-started on his channel with Fly Her Apart, but getting tired, might be headed to bed.
All right, so here we are in Resolve.
I'm not going to do a time lapse or a piece-by-piece demo. We'll lay it down. We'll bring you back.
Okay, so it looks like that's where I've left off. And give me one moment. I'm just going to go grab my phone. It was dead, so I had to charge it up a little bit. I'm going to make sure I don't have any additional clips on there. If you can just keep us company for a couple seconds while I run and grab that.
I sure could. Has anybody been keeping up with the latest Star Trek series, Star Trek Starfleet Academy? And if so, how are you liking the series or not liking the series? I've only seen the first episode so far. So please, no spoilers.
First episode of what?
The Star Trek Starfleet Academy.
Okay. Got it.
Ken says, I have a 48-inch spray booth in my hobby room with ventilation. I built it several years ago. Works great.
How many inch was that?
He said 48 inch.
Yeah. See, the problem with traditional spray booths for me is that they tend not to be big enough to accommodate the projects I'm working on.
You would need one with a powerful motor that could be above like where your central area is.
Yeah,
and just vent that way.
What I was actually thinking I would do was like probably install an extractor fan.
Yep.
In the ceiling, and then put some tracking in, and have be able to almost curtain it off.
Yeah, like those plastic curtains.
Yeah, and so curtain it off, spray with the extractor going.
Yeah.
Try and keep it as contained as possible, and do that. Just because of the size of the projects I've been working on. But at some point, it'd be nice to have an actual paint room or something like that I can wheel in, close up, and it's just fully extracted with a kind of mask on, right?
You don't want to wear one of those self-enclosed ones with the air hose you hook up to feed you oxygen?
Kind of like the old diver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not sure about that. So I'm going to just set up here, switch here so you can kind of see what I'm doing.
Ken says, Andrew, you need an industrial size spray booth.
Yeah. Almost like a car paint booth.
Yes. So it sounds like Jeff's not really watching. He's not really drawn into the show. Jody's been watching it, though. Oh, you were buffering a bit there. But it's good now.
Well, I just accidentally separated my overhead camera. I just want to see if it's picked it back up again yet. No, my overhead cam. Oh.
Yeah, you kind of froze there again for a moment.
Yeah, so what happened is there's a cable coming from the camera, but it's not long enough, so it's connected to there's a connection, and as I was walking, I accidentally severed the connection, and it caused some problems here. In fact, both my feet are under the desk. If I switch to this, you can see my foot up there in the corner, and my foot's there. It's frozen because it's separated.
Yep.
So it lost connection. So I'm just trying to see if I can get that back here, but I might need to do this and reassign the camera.
I believe is it Russ? He's here. Cosmic Quest Hobbies. He's here. Says good evening all.
Welcome. And I think we've got the camera back. Let's just see here. Are we live? We're live.
Yes.
We've got it back. Awesome. All right. I am going to set up to do a video recording. This one will need Audacity. Oh, the audacity of it all. There is potential that I might be doing too much on my computer.
And yes, Jody, I did see that typo. Ken actually typed, Andrew, you need an industrial size spay booth.
Oh, I'm not getting into that.
Yeah, Jody said a spay booth. Ouch. Next.
Yeah, I'm not. I'll let the professionals do that. So we're gonna press record. We're gonna press record, and I'm gonna find something to point with. Where did my little pointer go that I was using? Oh, it's over here. And I'm gonna record a short clip.
All right, I'm gonna mute.
So fast forward a little bit, we've got the main Aztek pattern on the saucer here. You'll notice that I haven't done anything in here, although that would be a lie. I've actually been doing stuff in here. The ring that goes right here, I installed it, but it was installed just a little bit too far forward and was causing some alignment issues with the masts that have to go down in this section. So I've popped it off. I've had to clean up this area, the adhesive that was holding it down. So that's been cleaned up. It's been sanded down. It's been repainted. And we're going to now put the Aztek pieces down here. And then once that's done and it's been painted, we will put that piece back on. And then we'll be moving on. Before we paint, though, once we get these Aztek pieces on, we're just going to finish kind of masking the neck and the edges. You might see there's some tape down here to protect what we've already done on the top side. And here is all the little bits of work. I moved this. I'm going to have to move this back here. But you see these little yellow pieces. You know what? That was awful. Let's stop that and do it all over again.
All right. Your sound sounded a little off for us.
So if it's off for you, I'm recording separately with Audacity for the recording.
Yeah.
So
if you want, you can switch us to the overhead cam too, so we can kind of watch what you're doing.
I can do that. Just deleting that clip. Let's switch you over here. And I'm just going to close DaVinci because that will be a bit of a resource hog. So we're going to go record on the camera, record on Audacity, and we're going to, where's my pointer? Here's my pointer, and we're going to do this again. Take number 2. Fast forward a little bit. We've got a whole bunch of Aztek masking down. Now, you'll notice that the middle section is empty. I have been doing work on this. The piece that goes here, the little detail piece, the ring, I put that on, but I didn't have any alignment, anything to help me align it, and it ended up getting installed a little bit too far forward. So I've had to remove that, clean up all of the paint. We're going to put the Aztek masks down for these sections. And after we get all the paint done for the Aztecs, we'll put that piece on. That way, that will help us align it. I had forgotten about that from the previous time around. We do have some work done on the refinement of the Aztecs. You see all these little pieces of tape, these little pieces of yellow tape. Those are there to fill in the gaps. What you don't see are the areas where I've had to trim some of the overlap. You can see how there's a nice straight line here on this grid going all the way to the center. Some of these masks were overlapping to the next pie shape. So I just took a straight edge, a sharp number 11 blade, lined up with the one I knew was correct, and just trimmed off the excess. There is some play in the way that they need to fit onto the model. So you'll just need to know that to work with that. On the edges, the pieces that are on the edge, because it is a curve, what I've done is I've taken some strips of tape, and they're longer, so they go underneath and they wrap around underneath. They hold these pieces down on the edge, and I've got the edge taped off for painting. We are going to get these masks down, then we're going to finish up masking the sides, the edges. We're going to mask out the neck so that we don't get any of the secondary Aztek color paint onto the neck, because we're not ready for that yet. And so that's what we're going to do, and I will bring you back. I think that was probably better.
There you go. Yeah, we figured that's what you meant. That's why I heard it the first way, Ken.
What's that?
Ken said, I meant spray booth.
Yeah.
LOL. Jody's saying, so Academy has some teen drama moments, but that's not the whole show. It's Trek, so I still like it. Also, I have no problems with the inclusion of modern values. It doesn't have to be all TOS for me.
I have not seen episode 5 yet, mostly because my source for watching it is down at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, I am looking for the video for that. One moment, please.
Record on the camera.
Yeah.
Record on.
Looks like I've got the right one here.
Steve says he posted some images of his finished Defiant class ship on Discord. I was looking at those while Andrew was recording that segment there. They look really good.
Is that in the sci-fi section?
I believe it was, yes.
Okay. Aztek 2 vid 14, or I should really call that clip 14. And we're going to save. Oh, that's what did I do? What did I do? I don't know what I did there. I didn't even think I was on my streaming software screen. Actually, I can probably take that video clip out of my streaming software here, because we've got it just in the we've got it in StreamYard, so we don't need that. All right. So what am I doing? I am exporting.
And Steve, I have to say you had a good Raytheon effect over on the registry number and the name.
We're exporting that to save it for later, and we're good on that. All right. Here we go. Oh, hello, face and face.
Well, hey, the best of both worlds. Jody said you probably hit one of the shortcut keys.
Maybe sometimes it's on the if the mouse is activated on the wrong screen or something like that. So let's see. Let's go full screen. No, I don't want to go full screen. Full screen on my double.
You've been dashed.
Another mistake. Did I hit it again?
I hit it.
No, we've been dashed.
Yes. He says, "Okay, there's your dash. No needs to play the dash."
Thank you, Howard. That's funny. All right, let's see. That's not what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do.
You can see that Raytheon effect there, right on the front, with the name and the registry.
Yeah,
looking good.
You've got two of them there. So is one the one? Did you fix one and then make a second one? Because it looks like one is the 1000 scale and one is the other one.
But really, can you ever have too many models?
I guess not, right?
Doesn't mean you'll ever finish them all, but hey.
Hey, the rule is we have to live long enough to build all the models in our stash, right?
Sweet, I'm going to be living a long time.
All right. So I've actually already prepared, because I thought I was applying this earlier. I've already prepared this mask. And my center line is kind of gone, but I've got the center Aztek to kind of align it to.
Jody says, I need to remember to remove the masking from the inside when attempting the Raytheon effect. I've done it twice now. And Steven says, thanks. My favorite part of Federation ships is the registry lighting. Yeah, Steven says they're both the. He said, "Yeah, I rebuilt the second one. Rebuilt a second one. Both are the same scale."
Oh, okay. Kind of looked like they were slightly different scales there.
That was forced perspective.
Yeah. No, forced perspective is when you do them in different scales to make them look like one's further away or something like that.
Or in this case, one's closer, one's further away to make the further, make them look like they're totally different sizes. Or one's closer to make it look larger in this case, I guess, technically.
The engineering section in the motion picture was built in forced perspective. So it looked like the set went back further than it actually did.
Yeah. Yes, Judy. Thank you. Perspective. Yeah, Jeff says same scale. One looks smaller to me.
There we go. One Aztek panel. Now,
Steve says Doppler effect.
it's my imitation of a Doppler effect.
There you go.
I think on the Big Bang Theory, Sheldon went as the Doppler effect one time.
Yes, he did. Stephen said how light travels through a vacuum. And Jody says, LOL, that's movement. It affects light as well as sound.
Isn't there like when it's light, isn't there a red shift or something that happens? So when it's coming towards you, there's a blue shift, and when it's going away from you, there's a red shift, or vice versa, or something like that. I seem to remember something. I mean, I'm not a doctor. I don't know these things, but...
And you don't play one on TV either.
No. Although I can say, please state the nature of the medical emergency.
Howard says red closer, blue away.
Oh, so red when it's coming closer to you and blue when it's going away?
And Jody says if an object is moving at you, the spectrum leans towards blue. So they're contradicting each other. One of them is correct. Choose wisely.
One truth and a lie.
Quick, somebody to the Google machine. Jody says, or the other way around.
Or the other way.
And now Howard says, maybe it is blue. It's been a long time since high school.
Okay, let's check. Red shift. Red shift occurs when light or other electromagnetic radiation from an object increases in wavelength, shifting towards red end of the spectrum based on the object is moving away from the observer.
So red is away.
That's what it says.
Blue is towards then. Jody says, I'll admit ignorance on the details. And Howard had said, maybe it's blue. It's been a long time since high school. And can we see what you're doing?
Oh, of course. You want to see what I'm doing?
Well, you know, I'm thinking of the people. I'm looking out for them. I'm looking out for the people.
It's always about the people. People.
Howard says, yeah, red is a longer wavelength. Steve says, pretty sure red shift moving away. Jody says, I had it. Yay.
I hope all the people are enjoying the view of my head.
Well, we enjoy your hairstyle.
I'm going to have to record another clip here after I pull this off, because there's I don't know if there's a little X on one of these.
Yep.
I left that piece on there so that I could do this alignment, but that piece doesn't. It should be weeded out. So it's one of those pieces where you leave it there as a helper for alignment, but then you just have to remember to take it away when you're done.
Right. And also, that little ring that you had removed, that detail piece, is on the other side of the ship from you by the pencil.
Yeah.
In case you want to show it off on your next clip.
I'll probably show it off on a clip when it's time to install it.
Jeff says, this talk about light is going right over my head, and my answer is I do not know. Jody said, light can bend over your head if it has enough of its gravitational force, or of a gravitational force. You trying to say he's got a big head that has its own gravitational force?
All right, let's see here. Now hear this. Let's zoom in. Zoom in one more time. We're going to go this way. We'll zoom in one more time, maybe. Okay.
No, he did not yet, Jody.
He did not what?
Andrew, did you get the little sensor ring back in position?
No, because I'll probably do that after I get the paint down.
You can see it on his mat there, Jody, by the neck of the saucer.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna record a quick clip. I'm just gonna do it on this camera since it's set up for it. Okay. And it's shaken. Do I yeah, I've got audio. Good. All right. You can see that these areas are installed. You will notice there are some overlap spots here. Again, alignment, it's a bit more of an art than it is a science. Aligning these Aztek masks, you do need to work with them a little bit. What I do need to do is show you the spot that has this little black X on it. I may have mentioned earlier that I left this piece here unweeded so that I could use it as a helper piece for alignment. So you can see that these parts are aligned perfectly here in the middle. But now I need to remove this mask that's marked with the X, just like that. So when you're doing that, sometimes you do need to leave some helper pieces. Just like we had left the helper pieces back here by the impulse deck, you leave a helper piece there that helps you get it perfectly aligned and saves you a whole pile of alignment issues. And before I discard that piece that is stuck to my hand right now, I'm going to make sure that we actually captured that video properly, because I could lay this piece back down and redo it if I did not. This is going to be in OBS. Scanning for the clip, and I think I found the clip.
As this little black
Yeah, we got it.
on it.
Good.
Perfect.
Good. I can get rid of the
Little piece you pulled off.
Yeah, it's just stuck to my finger right now.
Steve says, all I do all night is build and watch science shows on YouTube. So I'm very smart. Howard says, I can be a big man and admit I was wrong. I can be a big man myself too, Howard, and admit that I had no idea. I know I had heard of this, but I had no clue.
I knew it was one or the other. I just didn't know which one it was.
Exactly. Jody says, I love the science channels too. Share your favorite ones on Discord. There's some good ones. My favorite one, Jody, is Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh, and if anybody's curious, that happened to be clip number 15 for my upcoming Aztek video.
There we go.
Now, I should have somewhere some more pieces that need to go on. I do. I found them. I'm going to just switch to this view. So you
Jeff says, I mean, do not. Got Coca-Cola circling me, and I did knock myself in the head, so I do not think my head has its own gravitational force.
So I just verified, because I'd like to check before I put anything down on the model. So 7C, 7C, we got it. And then this is the one that goes on the captain's yacht. So what am I doing? I am... Okay, I had to think about that for a moment. I have to weed this. I'm not sure what the pattern is here, which pieces have to be not masked and which pieces have to be masked. So we'll start by doing this. We'll lay it down, and I think we will weed it on the model. Sounds like you might be eating something.
Me? Yeah, I put a cough candy in.
Oh, so that doesn't count as eating anything.
Yeah, technically you're right. Until I start chewing on it. Jody says he's not science related, but I like the craftsman's steady crafting.
Mm-hmm.
I've not heard of that one.
Ah. Come on. This may not be a good enough piece of transfer. But this should be. The vinyl was not sticking to or was not releasing from the backing, so that tells me I needed a slightly newer piece of transfer. And
Wow.
fortunately, I've got enough that I can just use it freely. I don't have to worry about.
And you know where to get more.
Yeah, I know where to get more. Though if I go through 100 feet on this project, something is wrong.
Yes. Plus the stuff you got with the mask set.
Yeah. Because technically the stuff I got with the mask set should be enough to actually do the project, which I did the whole first project just with the transfer that was provided with the first set of masks. So it is quite doable.
Thanks for throwing the link in the Discord there, Jody.
Link for what?
Craftsman Steady Crafting.
Ah, what is that?
It's a YouTube channel.
Oh, for the show that he was talking about.
Yeah, so something to check out. Do you want to share what you're doing with us?
Of course.
Do you want me to wait a second or two later and then ask you?
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
Just as you're putting it down?
No. But you know what I am going to do? I'm going to go to a commercial break. We'll let it. I just realized what time it was. We'll let it run quickly, and then we will run over to put this piece on. So let's move to that camera before I forget. Are we all caught up on the chat?
I don't know if you want me to read during a commercial break.
Good point. Good point. Let me, while we're on a commercial break, let me refill my tea Earl Grey hot.
All right. All right, so I'll start catching up here on some of the couple new comments here. Steve says, apparently it's impossible for matter to travel at the speed of light. So a starship truly represents the ultimate fantasy vehicle. Maybe why I love the concept.
Well, the whole concept behind warp drive is that it bypasses relativity. And there's a few theories on how it does that, but it doesn't break relativity, but it bypasses it somehow, magically.
Also, with science fiction, not just Star Trek, but a lot of other science fictions as well, artificial gravity. So you don't have to have your, filming your actors on wires.
Yeah, now that one is that's a doozy, I think.
Yes.
I don't even think they have a plausible explanation for how artificial gravity works.
No, gravity plates.
Well, they just say, just like the Heisenberg compensator, they say what compensates for it, but no even attempt to explain how, right?
If somebody in the near future were able to design gravity plates to even put on the International Space Station, they would be so rich. Because you could also use that for anti-gravity, which would make moving cargo around super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
I think anti-grav would probably be more difficult than grav.
Yes.
I think it would be harder to go the other way.
Let's hear. Captain Charlemagne says, I prefer historical documentaries to science ones, Jody, but I do admit I sometimes find some science-related stuff that interests me, although pretty sure dinosaurs interest a lot of people.
I might have to weed this.
All right.
I might have to get underneath my other model to see what has to be pulled.
Jody says, I like history-related videos as well, especially ancient history. Me personally, I enjoy the military history myself. Steve says, I would love to have been a astrophysicist, but as soon as I see a long equation, I'm done. Howard says, self-sealing stem bolts. Jody says, it pulls space towards you and pushes it away behind you. The ship doesn't move, space contracts. That's what the warp bubble does.
Well, and there's also something about subspace as well.
Ken says, anything is possible in the laws of physics. And Howard says, posted an update of my car. Back is hurting, stepping away from the bench for the night. And David James is here. He says, hello, all.
Welcome. So my back is not hurting, but I rolled my ankle again last night.
Ouch.
So,
like on ice or?
No, in the house.
Oh, okay.
My son, when he took his boots off, left them conveniently right at the bottom step to our landing.
Well, where else would they go?
Well, and I was starting to settle down last night. I'd been on the live stream. I'd been on the HTM. Let's get that right. The HTM live stream. And I sprayed the saucer to put some, resprayed the area that needed some repair. And then I called it a night as far as the live stream was because I had to wait for that to dry. So I started to settle down for the night, and I heard the plow go by. Yay!
So you had to get out there before the.
So I went to our front windows to see if it put anything in the driveway, and it did. And so I was heading down the stairs to go throw my boots on, and I went to set foot on the landing, and my foot caught the boot and rolled my ankle.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah.
Yep. Quick, put your foot in the boot and cinch it as tight as you can.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
You want to show us again what you're doing?
Of course.
Thank you. I know how much you love to do that.
I need to experiment with.
Well, if you put that as a second camera, I can switch from here to which camera to use.
That would require a whole different setup.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you can set up can you set up a second camera within the same?
Well, I know they can do the shared screen thing.
Yeah.
I thought Jody had done it before, but maybe not.
Yeah, but I think Jody was sending it directly from his phone, right?
I could not tell you. I've never done live streaming.
Because I don't think you can send two separate camera feeds from the same computer to StreamYard.
Oh, okay.
I mean, maybe you can, I just don't know how to do it, but
Trent is saying goodnight to Howard. Howard, are you actually going to bed? Or are you going to, I understand you're stepping away from your bench, but are you going to keep watching? Jody says, no, Todd said we did that in Discord. Yeah, Howard said, ask Todd or Buck maybe. And yeah, Howard's still watching.
sorry, I'm just really trying to get the placement of this correct. And I forgot my glasses.
Need spare sets of glasses like on every surface there.
Something like that, right?
It's like the Homer Simpson car where there's horns everywhere because you never find a horn when you're angry.
Well, that's the car that bankrupted his brother.
Yep. Jody says, I gave him control of my computer to check its capabilities.
Well, yeah, I think the only way I could do it would be to set up VPN control so you could remotely control my computer.
Yeah, I don't really want that.
Because I think that would be the only way that we could set up like being able to switch cameras and stuff like that.
Because I thought in the past I'd seen Jody, in the what we see here on Discord in
he's been able to put pictures and things in.
Yeah, but I thought Jody's had also two cameras showing at one point. And you could just switch between the two. Because if you could do that, then I could switch between the two.
I thought he was using his phone for that, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So there's part of it that still needs to go on. If I'm on the right the right camera there. Looks like I am.
Alan Kelly is here. He says, good evening. And he says, wow, that looks awesome.
Just gonna, welcome. Thank you. Sorry, my brain took a moment to process that.
Jody says, yes, you can add another camera in StreamYard. And Gordon is here. Gordon says, hey, guys. Well, hello, Gordon. Good to see you. Jody says, it was my phone, but StreamYard doesn't care. It's just add the source. I had three going at once.
I might have messed this up. Sorry, can you repeat what you said there? I was distracted by...
Yeah, so I'll read the last two things here from Jody. He said, it was my... first I'll say, he said, yes, you can add another camera in StreamYard. He said, it was my phone, but StreamYard doesn't care. I just add the source. It had three going at once. He said, if it's connected to your computer, you should be able to add it into StreamYard.
Your phone was connected to your computer when you added it, when it was connected to StreamYards. So the middle piece that I took out, I actually need on it. So I've salvaged it from the bin. Now I've got to figure. I just added that little strip behind the captain's yacht. Got to look to see which piece stays.
Jody says yes as a camera.
Interesting, because I can only see how to add one camera. Let's take a quick peek. Oh, extra camera. I don't know if it's going to let me. Let's see here.
You said big button at the bottom.
Yeah, so let me switch over to this and then add this. Okay, I'm going to have to try that again. One moment, please. Please stand by.
Jody says, add an extra camera. If it's already
Yeah.
in use, you may have to stop.
Yeah, I've done that.
There you go. Now let's see if I can control it.
But then you lose my face cam. Which is fine. That's fine. It's fine. We're fine. We'll be fine.
But it's not letting me change them.
It's not?
No. But your desk cam still has the face cam up.
Yeah, my desk cam still has the face cam because it's coming from.
Like I can do that.
So you should be able to just press on the solo layout button.
It's not giving me one. I know how it normally would be, and yeah, that's weird.
It's so you don't have the little person in the corner?
Nope.
Oh, that's weird.
I do not.
Why would you not have that?
Possibly because I'm on my iPad.
Oh.
But I've been able to do it in the past during other streams. So I can do that. Second here, if I see if I can do this. Nope. No.
So you can't do it on your iPad?
No, it's not. For some reason, it is not.
Well, then
letting me. I can remove from stage and I can edit the name.
Weird. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm just going to remove that one. There we go. I'm going to add it back to my streaming software here. One moment, please. I'm trying. There we go. There we go. I've got it back. So I'll just have to, for now, I'll just have to keep remembering to do that.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, see here. Judy says you should also be able to have face as well. Try different layouts. Yeah, like we've got your face cam on here. We're looking at the bottom of the ship. And Jody says we're learning. We're learning. I'm in danger. I'm just trying out all the different layouts here.
Yeah.
Seeing
I'm
if
just
it makes...
modifying part of the mask so I can do all of this in one shot rather than having to break it up into a couple different applications. Because the way it's designed, there's a piece that covers the entirety of the captain's yacht, but only effectively...
And
is
that's
supposed to do a small little bit.
And that sensor ring you're going to put back on, does it get masking on it?
No, so I'll just paint it separately and then apply it.
Okay.
Because it'll get painted the secondary color.
Right.
Okay. So now I can apply the panel that goes on the... I'm just looking underneath the... Let's see what part stays on. The captain's yacht. I'm just going to double check where I need to... the extra little bit on the outside was stuck to my hands. The problem with getting down on the ground here is that I've got to get back up again. And getting back up with that ankle right now is not the most fun thing in the world.
So did you have to have a little talk? Or a little reminder about leaving boots out?
Yep. I mean, it's a work in progress. He's like 5, right? So
yeah. We were all there. We all did the same thing.
Because they just come in from the school bus and drop everything there. Important things are not coming off the backing, but the non-important things are... There we go.
Oh, there you go. And now don't forget to change your camera angle.
There's no up or down on this one, so it just goes on either way. Oh, and that was a bad thing to do.
What's that?
I left the mask on the ship. I left the transfer film from the previous one on the on the...
Yeah, that could be bad. Jody says, I'm 51 and Mary tripped over my slippers in the middle of the night because I left them at the end of the bed. Some of us will never learn. You're 51, but technically, Jody, you're like mentally like 41.
There we go. I will try not to forget to weed that. Now we need to drop this one in here, and I might trim my the transfer film here.
Jody says, yes, 10 years behind.
I think the youngest, as far as the admin group goes, is Jordan, right?
I believe so, yes.
Not the youngest who streams with us, but... Because I think Alec would be the youngest that streams with us, right?
Yes, yep. Jody says, I'm not young at heart, I'm young at brain. And change camera angles.
Yeah, except I need my glasses so I can see how I'm changing. And I need to just check. I had to give a quick check which direction this is going. There we go. That'll get weeded out.
Howard says, I guess that would be Alec or Captain Charlemagne, a.k.a. Jeff.
Oh, is it possible that Jeff's younger than Alec?
Could be. Jeff, if you're here, how old are you?
All right. We're going to film a little clip. Film a little clip for you. So face cam off. Record on.
Muted.
Pointer in hand. Moving microphone. And rolling. The masking in the center section here has been applied. Now, just some tips for you to help make this go a little bit easier. First of all, this center section needs to be applied separately from these side pieces. Also, the whole front section here is easier to apply separated from the back. There is also a middle section that's part of part 7C, which is meant to go on. I have chosen to modify that part. I cut the front piece off because these little nibs here and here are part of that. The reason why I modified it was so I could paint the Aztek patterns on the captain's yacht at the same time. Now I'm going to still need to weed the captain's yacht, and actually I can do that part live on camera here for you. Looks really cool when you pull the vinyl off. I've got a couple areas to pull here. But I just find it's easier to paint all of this at the same time. So I've just modified this section. You can either choose to do it the way Wayne has intended, where you put that whole piece over, you paint, and then you do the captain's yacht separately. Or if you're careful with a number 11 blade, you can slice the part out on the front of the middle section and then apply the pattern for the captain's yacht so that you can just paint all of that at the same time. I've got a few, tweaks to make on the Aztek masks before we lay the paint down, especially on these dormer windows here. There's a few sections that I need to just look at. And I have a yellow tape section here that needs to be fixed. It kind of moved on us a little bit, but then I'm going to mask the neck off, mask a little bit of the other saucer edging off over here by the impulse decks, and then we're going to get paint on. Wobble, wobble, wobble. We're clear?
All right. Howard says, I'll be 54 on Tuesday. So everybody remember to wish Howard a happy birthday on Tuesday. He said, but I'll still act 12.
Birthday, you, yo. Why? Asked the birthday.
And Ken says, I'm probably the oldest one here. Ouch.
Here in the live stream or here part of HTM? That's the question. I'm looking for, OBS video is what I'm looking for. And I'm looking for, I think I found it.
Steve says, anyone past 60? I still not feeling 58, but here I am.
Sorry, just finding the video I just recorded so that I put it into the appropriate folder. It is a pain if I'm not keeping up on all the little video clips. I mislabeled one. So that video clip I showed, you weren't there on were you on HTM last night when I was on?
No, I was not.
Okay, so I showed this video clip because somehow this video clip that I filmed on my phone got marked as one of the Aztek videos. So I had to figure out where the one that was supposed to be that one marked as the one that was supposed to be marked as that was. So I found it, but I've actually incorporated that little clip into my Aztek video, basically saying, and this is why it's called Canadian Starships. So.
Well, I definitely think you should. Yeah, you should have added that in there. So Ken says he turns 65 in April. David says he'll be 52 in March, but he's still mentally around 16.
So that was clip number 16 for this video. We're getting up there.
And Howard's asking, so are you going to put that ring on before you paint? And are you going to are you going to be doing the Cobra neck Aztek before you do the painting?
So I am going to keep that ring off until I get the paint done. Because I don't want to accidentally put it over top of any of the masking. So I think that's going to be easier. I'm going to super glue it on, so it shouldn't be a problem. And it's not a load bearing piece. It's just a greeble that has to be adequately tacked on there. As far as the neck, it's a little bit easier to paint the saucer Aztecs and then do the neck. That way I'm not dealing with the masking overlapping, and it's a lot easier to clean up this edge. You see a seam here. Sorry. You see a seam on the neck going into the saucer. That's intentional because it is a separable. It's a separation plane on the ship. But when it comes to putting the Aztecs on, it's a little easier just to keep that clean and keep the patterns clean if I mask off the neck, paint the saucer, and then do the neck separately, and then mask off the saucer to paint the neck. It just gives a cleaner look. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I think we can. Where is my? Oh, there's my OBS bot controller. We can back this off a little bit. There we go. And I can. Oh. Oh, I see. I think I'd reversed the camera. So my control up is up and down is down now.
That's
nice.
Okay.
Is the ship pointing a different direction than it was earlier in the stream?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So when I had to re-bring in the camera, it changed those settings. So that's fine. Just means I have to stand on the other side of the desk if I want to be at the bottom of if I want my hands to be at the bottom of the frame. That is okay. No problem. All right. So we're going to start masking off the neck.
Steve said after that clip, it just got 5 degrees colder in here.
Really?
Ken says, I live in Ohio and we have plenty of snow and extremely cold temperatures.
Yeah. This was just a day ending in Y here. So
yeah, it's whatever.
This was nothing out of the ordinary. It was just it was a bit of a whiteout situation. So it was some intense snow. Like the camera doesn't really pick it up, but you can't see the houses that are just around the corner there, or the houses down the street. So that's kind of what I was filming at the time. We've got more accumulation than that now.
Yeah, but it's still drivable.
Yeah, that was a bus cancellation day, and I had to pick the kids up from school, and it had been fine all day, like almost like no reason for the buses to be canceled, except for like 5 minutes before buses would have been leaving, and it was suddenly huge whiteout conditions. You could not see more than just the tail lights on the car in front of you driving out the street that the school's on. The traffic literally came to a stop because there's a T intersection.
Yep.
And traffic could not see, going off of the road that the school is on, couldn't see if there was any traffic to come to turn onto the main road. And so we all just had to wait there until it let off enough that you could see if it was safe to turn out. It was like 5 minutes of pure whiteout, which we don't see very often. So, all right. It is 10:25. We're going to go for our second commercial break. Just so that you're aware, what we're doing is triggering just 2 of these manually during the stream so that YouTube doesn't do it itself and do what it loves to do by cutting me off mid-sentence. There we go. And that should have been by cutting me off mid-set.
Perfect.
If I did it right. And then I can close the YouTube live stream window because that should be the last one I need to do.
Ken says, nature at her best when it comes to winter this year.
Yeah, it's been, it's been a long road getting from there to here, but we will get through because we've got faith of the heart. All right. I don't know how long it does advertisements for. When it does advertisements, so I don't know when anybody would be coming back.
Did you need to show us what you're doing on your desk?
Sure. I'll switch over. Oh, that's not the right one. That was already loaded. Let me get my desk back here. There we go. I mean, it's not very exciting what I'm doing on my desk right now. but I'm getting ready to mask the neck off. When I'm doing these curves, I start with a narrow piece of tape and do the curve with the narrow piece of tape, and then I kind of go bigger out from there. Jody got to skip the ad. Jody was able to skip his ad.
Well, that's always a plus. But you're not sharing what you're doing.
Ugh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full, sir. Let's see. There we go. And look at that.
Took it right to the half or what?
Pardon?
Oh, just over half.
Yeah, I got enough just to do one whole side.
Right on.
Talk about a good guess on the length of tape I needed.
For certain.
And I'm not bothering switching back to desk cam just to watch me cut a strip of paint, a strip of tape off.
But Jody, did yours that you skipped after 5 seconds, did it cut Andrew off mid-sentence?
That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Or take arms against the sea of troubles and by opposing end them. To die to sleep no more. And by sleep we say to end the heartache and 1,000 natural shocks that flesh is heir to. Did you ever have to memorize Shakespeare in school?
Yes. Yes, I did.
What did you have to memorize?
Do
you remember what play?
I believe Hamlet.
Hamlet?
Yeah. Jody said no, it was right at the correct time. So we didn't cut him off when he was saying the word
mid-sentence.
Yeah, mid-sentence. The word sentence wasn't cut off.
Shame. That's part of the
joke.
Part of the shtick. Yeah, I memorized the whole to be or not to be scene for school. Now, I actually memorized the whole to be or not to be section before I had to learn the entire thing for school because it was in the front of the Star Trek 6 novel. And although I memorized it, I didn't yet understand how to perform it. or recite it without just reciting the words.
Right. Roughly how old would you have been?
We did Hamlet. It was either we did Hamlet in looks like we did Romeo and Juliet in grade 9, so it might have been grade 10 that we did Hamlet, grade 10 or 11.
David says most of my exposure to Shakespeare comes from Trek.
Yeah, exactly, right? I wonder how much of that. Well, I mean, they did it in like Star Trek 6 leaned heavily into it, but I wonder how much of the Shakespeare inclusion was because of Patrick Stewart.
Could be. There was a little bit in the TOS.
Yeah, but they leaned into it far more in TNG.
Yes. Jody said, no Shakespeare in my school.
Really? We had to do we had to study a Shakespeare play every year in high school. We did, from what I remember, we did Romeo and Juliet. We did Hamlet. We did Macbeth. We did Much Ado About Nothing. What else did we do? Then we did a comedy based on Hamlet called Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern were two side characters in Hamlet. And so the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead play kind of followed them while they weren't on screen or on stage.
Jody said, you probably went to a good school.
I went to a school.
Jody said, I did not.
I went to a Catholic high school, mostly because the public school in our town that I would have been going to was old, kind of run down, didn't have the best reputation. And the Catholic high school, the building was only 3 years old when I started.
Oh,
so
nice.
It was newer, fresher. So I decided, like my parents didn't decide it. I decided that that's where I was going to go.
Now with 90% less asbestos.
Yeah, I'm sure my first elementary school was probably full of this stuff. So I'm just continuing to work on getting this thing ready for paint. How are we doing on time?
We are sitting, you get about 34 minutes left.
Okay.
Or sorry, 24 minutes left.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, it's totally different.
Jody, are you doing a double stream? Are you streaming after I'm done? I can't remember what you said on your stream. Or I can't remember if you said. I was kind of getting ready for my stream at the time.
He says, I'm not going to do a second stream tonight.
Okay.
Taking a break.
That's fair. I mean, he's done. He's already streamed for 3 hours today. Well, I think it was
very true.
So I won't get to actually painting this tonight, but it should be in good shape to get painted tomorrow.
Well, that's good. Then next week you can move on to the. Think you'll be masking the lower hull next week or the?
Yeah, and based on the number of clips I have, I will probably once I have the bottom saucer painted and the masks pulled, I'll probably wrap Aztek video number 2 and then start on number 3. Kind of break it up that way.
Nice. David said, just watched Lou's build of the giant runabout. Looks like a very impressive kit.
Yeah, is that from Cosmic Scale Models?
Oh, that's a good question. I saw that he had the video, and I just assumed it was the regular AMT kit.
Yeah, I haven't checked out that build series.
Jody says, I'm going to be working on boring stuff, sanding, filling, and filling. David says, yep. So it is the AMT kit? Or no, or sorry, you said?
From Keith at Cosmic Scale Models.
Cosmic Scale, okay.
Because if it's a large one, then I would imagine that's where it's coming from.
Yeah, Jody says, I think it's from Keith Cosmic. Okay, so I wonder if it's the same scale as the Galileo, like I think that's 1/32. I will have to check it out. Maybe I'll check that out next.
This might actually be good to go, actually.
Well, there you go. That's good to hear.
So I think it's all masked. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry. I almost put the cart before the horse.
Don't do that.
Because I'm going to have to do some trim work on these sections here. Just to get them to all align properly. Just some minor modifications you have to do with the masks in order to get them to fit properly. Oh, so you just have to keep in mind that these masks were originally designed for the AMT kit, and the Helios kit is not necessarily always in proper
Dimensions?
proper ratios, etc.
Jody says, can you do the belly at the same time, or will you do it separately?
Oh, I will do it separately. Because I need the neck done in order to do the belly. Do I? No, I don't need the neck done to do the belly. But no, I will do the belly separate. I don't really want to keep the masks on this any longer than they need to be. So I'd rather get a section done. Which I've already put the masks on the nacelles and on the neck.
Right.
forgetting that I needed to do the saucer so that I could do the neck, so I could do the upper secondary hull. Because there's some order of operations just because of the placement, getting the alignment of the masks that you kind of have to do. So what I'm doing is I'm trimming some of these because some sections just sit a little bit too far back. And I'm going to have to add a little bit of tape because I accidentally made the cut too wavy. So I need to straighten that cut up.
You're a cut up.
What?
Oh. You say that? Isn't that like an old saying when you say someone's funny? Oh, you're such a cut up.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's a thing just to say, like if somebody says something that say you're a whatever it was. That is a thing or was a thing at one point.
I gotta fix the doorknob. You're a doorknob.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah, exactly.
You're just like that.
David says, I'm hoping with the version 2 kit, it'll be possible to mask the saucer and neck separately. He says, I mean saucer and star drive.
Well, I'm masking them separately. I'm not sure what you mean.
Maybe he means unattached.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea.
The kit is never, even version 2 is never going to be really unattachable. If that's what you mean.
Did you mean unattachable or undetachable?
No, it's not detachable. Sorry, yeah, it'll never be It'll never be detachable.
Both.
There we go. I got it. It'll never be detachable. Lou wanted to give it a good go, but discovered
that would
it
have
was
taken
basically impossible to do.
Yeah, that would have taken way too much.
Yeah, which is what I thought the situation would be based on my knowledge of the model, but I'm certainly not going to discourage him from trying.
Nope. I mean, I'm sure Helios could make it that way. It would not be easy, but I'm sure they could eventually somehow design it to be that way.
Now, what's really interesting is Helios has brought out or is bringing out a 1,000 scale version.
Oh, nice.
Which is a nice size. Nice shelf size.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they could, if they'll do that too with an E. So you can kind of get your fleet going of 1,000 scale ships.
I would love like 1,000 scale E would be wonderful to have.
Yes.
Like the Titan model, 1,000 scale would have been great to be able to get my hands on, but it's just not available anywhere. Like so many other garage kits over the years.
Oh, okay. Yeah. David says, paint and mask separately before attaching, like you can with the 1400. Yeah, not really with the armature in there.
Well, even with the 1400, unless the mission was to make it detachable, I would do it all assembled.
Right.
But that's just my preferred
Method.
méthode. C'est mon méthode préférée.
Jody says, Andrew's hairstyle reminds me of someone else.
By the way, Jody,
Uh,
the guy in high school, in our high school, who played Conrad Birdie, his name was also Jody.
the picture he put up in Discord is Tintin, The Adventures of Tintin.
Ha. Lovely. All right. I mean, I could paint this tonight, but
I don't think you'd get a. I mean, unless you're willing to go overtime.
yeah. So I don't think we're going to do that tonight.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's
something you
ready
don't want to
for me
rush.
to paint tomorrow.
And I'm
'Cause,
sure you'll record some segments.
Yeah, it has been a long day. I actually, my son fell asleep on the couch this afternoon. And so I was sitting with him and I fell asleep myself too. So it's been one of those crazy weeks. We seem to have a lot of those crazy weeks around here.
That's
All
apparently
right.
life with children.
It is life with children. So there we go. Bottom saucer is prepared for paint, and I am not going to take the next 10 minutes to rush the paint because I have to get it all set up, and then I have to actually paint it. Then I have to spend time cleaning up from it and all that kind of stuff. So 10 minutes is certainly not the time that I want to cram painting the lower saucer. So
It would be different if you're using a rattle can, but you're not.
Yeah, I will do that tomorrow. Although it's supposed to be super cold tonight. Just curious how cold it is already. My phone says it's down to -22.
What is it with the wind chill?
Feels like -28.
Okay. I am -6, feels like -12.
Wow.
Yep.
Balmy Manitoba, huh?
Balmy Winnipeg.
So
yeah,
we
like
are.
Like I said, it's supposed to be 0 by tomorrow afternoon and +1 by Monday.
Really?
The 14-day forecast is all single digits.
Wow. We're all like, I think the warmest it's supposed to get tomorrow is -13. And it's supposed to drop down to -25 overnight. So by 5 a.m. it's supposed to be -25. So
yeah,
it's one of those nights.
But for February, in Winnipeg, we're doing really good.
Yeah. This is where like the deep cold starts to get to you a little bit.
Yeah, this is where we start seeing the -50s normally.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you're normally getting the -50s and you're at a balmy -6, I mean, that's you can't really argue with that.
No, although we did have a couple days of -50 here in January.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's my stopping point for tonight. So I'm not going to drag it out to 11 o'clock. I mean, we're only about 8 minutes away from that. So I think we are going to call the stream there tonight. I hope that you've enjoyed it. We did get that saucer ready for paint. So I'll get the airbrush out at some point tomorrow and get that done. But thanks everyone for joining and keeping me company in the chat. Hope that you've enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to my channel or you haven't done so yet, you can hit that subscribe button. We are at 2,944, only only 56 away from 3,000, which kind of seems ridiculous to me, but that's okay. So if you haven't subscribed yet, you can hit the subscribe button. But my name is Andrew. This is Canadian Starships. Your producer today has been Ken.
Good night.
Thank you, everyone, and have a great night.